historically, Hollywood has always taught us we don't translate overseas or worldwide. Right. But when you start traveling and you go everywhere and you can't walk down the street, you then know that there's been somebody telling you something all along that's wrong. And my true belief as to why they do it is because Hollywood likes to sort of devalue black artists and black folk, because you get super talented people at a discounted rate.
And I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses. Everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is.
We've been hearing for years that Hollywood doesn't appreciate the ones that want to stand on their own 2 feet. It's either you keep getting paid less than what you deserve and go for low-budget jobs, or you get in line with the gatekeepers and settle for being a puppet for their agenda. And according to Nia Long, that is exactly what happened to her friend and co-star Larenz Tate. And that is the same Larenz that everyone acknowledged as a multi-generational talent who gave us classic movies like Love Jones and Menace to Society, which had us locked in the minute he was on screen, okay? But it was like after the 90s, right when he was getting more recognition, that he just vanished. No movie roles, no awards, no attention, no nothing. And according to Nia Long, he did it to protect himself from the industry execs like Diddy, who wanted a talented black actor under them. But why exactly did this happen? And did Larenz Tate ever regret turning down opportunities of a lifetime? Right now, Larenz Tate is still one of those talents that continues to speak out about the crazy pay disparity between black actors and their white counterparts. It's like Hollywood has a whole other set of rules that black actors have to play by. And if they ask questions about why that is, then they're told that it's because that they just don't sell or translate as well internationally. But the truth is, that has never been the case.
Well, the very thing that those who are outside of the Hollywood industry, that are in our community, that see the challenges that we deal with every day as a people. We work twice as hard to get, twice as less as our counterparts, right? And that being said, it's the same way. We're not valued the way I believe we're supposed to be valued.
And another thing is, the industry has always stayed away from talented, confident black men who have maintained a clean image throughout their career and still continue to do so. Once it looks like a black actor is trying to do things on his own and doesn't need their approval, the industry stops calling and starts fading them out.
Observed behavior of my white counterparts on set, where people will get loud, frustrated, and it is couched as being passionate or just sort of like animated. Like it's given like a moniker that is not angry. And I see it happen. I go, if I did the exact same thing, I did not get the pass. Just by being black in general, the level and amount of latitude for bad behavior, you have different consequences.
And word is that the same thing happened to Larenz Tate. Now, he's been working here and there on some projects, but the most prominent being his role as Councilman Tate in the Power series. But the big attention-grabbing roles dried up. And did y'all not think that was strange? Usually, when a promising actor has a fallout like that, it's because something major happened to them. Maybe they got too caught up in the fast life in Hollywood and ended up with a drug problem or a drinking problem. Or maybe people found out that he had some shady dealings with men, women, or children, and was always out partying. However, Larenz has never been caught up in any of that. He's been a family man for the past 25 years, which is something we've always seen in Black Hollywood. There has never been any career-ending rumors. In fact, fans have loved him every step of the way throughout his journey, and he proved several times that he had enough staying power in the industry. So why didn't his career get any bigger? According to Nia Long, Larenz just turned down a lot of roles that were allegedly not in line with the image that he wanted to put out there. And yeah, some of those roles involved him wearing a dress like other prominent Black actors have done before him, and he was not okay with that at all. And this is something that other celebs have sounded the alarm on, because the minute Larenz started saying no to those roles and did so enough times, they stopped calling, because he was spelling it out loud and clear, and he wasn't going to fit into a box and play that role that it seems they tend to design for black men.
Kevin told you he wasn't gonna wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
Truly adorable, and everyone loves it.
Key hominem.
This, of course, translates from the Latin to who demand.
Ego sum hominem.
Which means I'm demand.
The thing is, people tend to focus solely on the dress and may see it as this funny thing to do so long as the money is right. But it goes far beyond the dress. It's about displaying power and control over someone. These actors come into the industry with a set of boundaries that they thought they were going to stick to no matter what. But then before they can get through the final door to mainstream success, Hollywood has a way of testing them until they eventually cross a line and eventually do something they thought that they would never consider if they had the power. And once they cross their own boundaries and given, there's no point in turning when the fame and access they wanted is right there. But Larenz Tate wasn't one of them. According to Nia Long, he also got to that door and had to pick between compromising his boundaries or standing his ground. And he chose to walk away from it all with his integrity intact. Larenz himself has even talked about how his agents would look at him like he was crazy anytime he accepted peanuts for a role when he could have been picked for other projects that would have garnered him more fame and success. But Larenz has said that he was willing to walk away from projects that do not align with his personal and professional values, even if it means making less money than he knows he deserves. And because of his decisions, Larenz is still comfortable enough to speak out about some of the problems he and other black actors have had to deal with, like the pay gap and always being undervalued. And seeing how he's been able to maintain such longevity in the industry, even with a clean image, people are starting to appreciate him more for being a role model that others can still look up to. Larenz Tate has moved millions with the depth of his soul. You have made us all very proud of you. Larenz Tate is the whole package. To this day, I would go see a Larenz Tate movie, Hollywood backed or not. Larenz Tate is and will always be a big name in the acting world and in everyone's home. But what do y'all think about this situation? Was Larenz right for walking away and maintaining his boundaries despite it costing him financially? Share your thoughts in the comments and make sure you like and subscribe, because we'll be spilling some more hot tea out here. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, baddies.